So yesterday, OpenAI, the company that brought you ChatGPT, announced Sora, and the internet was buzzing. What is Sora? Sora is an AI model that can create realistic and imaginative scenes from text instructions. Sora is able to generate complex scenes with multiple characters, specific types of motion, and accurate details of the subject and background. The model understands not only what the user asked for in the prompt, but also how those things exist in the physical world. Sora is currently not available to the public. It's currently in beta, but when it is available to the public, you'll be able to create 1 minute long videos. So the reason why the internet was buzzing with the news about Sora is because the videos that OpenAI put on their website showing what was created by just simply using text prompts were so much more advanced than other AI prompted videos we've seen in the past. Some of them are very realistic. It's quite scary how realistic some of these are. Obviously, as we're discussing it now, I've obviously let you know that these videos are AI generated, so your eye will probably look for little imperfections in things such as motion or reflections or just faces that really don't look that realistic. But to be honest, for me, if I wasn't looking out for it, there are some of them that look so realistic, I don't think I would be able to tell if someone didn't tell me. And depending on how you show me the video, it might just be a quick scene, 1 or 2 seconds. I definitely wouldn't know. If we look at this one, for example, it says a movie trailer featuring the adventures of a 30-year-old spaceman wearing a red wool knitted motorcycle helmet, blue sky, salt desert, cinematic style shot on 35mm film, vivid colors. Some of these clips, some of these shots are very realistic. Like this one right here, if I did not know that was AI, I would have thought that was a real shot. Like that's quite good. The way that looks, it looks realistic to me. Okay, so if we take this one, for example, personally, I can't tell this is AI generated. This looks very realistic to me. Like, it just does. Let's look at the prompt for this. There's a close-up shot of Victoria Crown pigeon showcasing its striking blue plumage and red chest. Its crest is made of delicate, lacy flowers, while its eyes is a striking red color. The bird's head is tilted slightly to the side, giving the impression of it looking regal, majestic. The background is blurred, drawing attention to the bird's striking appearance. As you can see, this is quite a detailed text prompt. It's telling Sora what the bird looks like, what the motion should be like, and what the world it's set in should look like, and it's quite good. So this one for me looks so realistic. If you wanted to incorporate something like this in the scene as a quick shot, this for me looks very realistic. It's not even a very complex text prompt that created this video. Reflections in the window of a train traveling through the Tokyo suburbs. Very simple text prompt. And it just blows my mind how good some of these videos are. I mean, this looks realistic to me. And it's a very simple text prompt that has created this. A Chinese Lunar New Year celebration video with Chinese dragon. And what I really like about this is with such a simple text prompt, it's understood. One, obviously to feature the dragon, have a crowd celebrating. I mean, when you look at some of the people, some of their emotion is a bit weird, but personally, straight away at a glance, I would have thought this was real. There's just so much detail in this. Obviously, when you look a little bit closer, it can look a little bit almost like it's computer generated, but looking at it, there's just so much detail in here with such a simple text prompt. Like, you've got depth of field, you've got the way the light hits the buildings is very realistic. You got it coming in at the right angle where the shadows are being created based on that as well. It's factored in a lot of things with just a very simple text prompt. What really prompted me to do this video was based on things I've been seeing on the internet, things other people have asked me about Sora, and that's, do they feel, as someone who creates video, film, or captures content, do they feel now that that job is obsolete? And I look at it in one of two ways. I can see where people will get that idea from, because there is a lot of stuff that Sora looks like it can create that you wouldn't need someone to create video for you. But for me, the first thing that came to my mind wasn't a threat of, is my role obsolete? It was more of, I see this as opportunity. And the reason I say that is because what Sora is able to create in some scenarios is very realistic. And this is just the first iteration. So this is the worst it's gonna look. It's gonna get better over time. But what really excites me is what you can do with Sora combined with what you already do with a camera. This is where it really piqued my interest and what made me want to do this video. So when I look at Sora, I think about things that I've probably always wanted to try and do, but didn't have the skills to do it necessarily. So recently, this year, I've said I want to do a lot more spec work to improve my portfolio to kind of attract the work that I want. So that might be a lot more work within the commercial space. I also want to look at maybe filming a narrative piece. And there were certain things and visions and ideas I had that I said, okay, well, budget-wise, I don't have the budget to do that. Two, I don't have some of the skills to do that. And thirdly, I don't maybe have some of the contacts to work with people to be able to do that. One thing I really always wanted to do was I wanted to create something whereby I'm using green screen and almost creating CGI realities to work with green screen. I looked at software programs such as Blender, which will allow you to create CGI generated worlds, but there's a learning curve to that. You know, you'd have to spend quite a bit of time learning how to create in Blender. It's not easy. Let's say I wanted to create a short narrative piece set in a dystopian future. Previously, I'd have to learn something like Blender, but whereas with something like Sora, I can just create these text prompts to then create that kind of world and that dystopian type of world. I can also use green screen to incorporate having talent put in those worlds. For example, I've seen so many commercials where you've got shots like this as part of, like, let's say a montage style commercial. I mean, the text prompt for this is extreme close-up of a 24-year-old woman's eye blinking, standing in Marrakesh during magic hour, cinematic film shot in 70mm, depth of field, vivid colors, cinematic. This looks realistic. If you had, let's say, a 1 to 2 second shot of this in a montage of clips, I wouldn't be able to tell. I'm being honest. I think this looks really realistic. Sora and other AI tools, for me, I think can be seen as an opportunity rather than a threat. I can definitely understand why people would think it's a threat. Like people who are visual effects artists, like this might impact your livelihood. People who create stock footage and make money off of stock footage, this could impact your livelihood, because some of these shots, which are almost replicating drone shots, you would usually go to something like Artlist or Shutterstock or Storyblocks to get these types of videos. But if you put them side by side, some of these look very similar and quite realistic. And that is the element I can understand where people think, wait, this could actually be a threat. I mean, only time will tell. So in the past, AI videos for me, they've not been great. The examples I've seen, I've always looked at them and thought, yeah, it's nothing I'd really use. It's something you could potentially maybe use for like kind of storyboarding and fleshing out ideas, but nothing that you put in a final piece of work. To think in that short space of time that we've got this now is scary. Like I said, this is just the beginning, so it's only going to improve. It's not going to get any worse. So the fact that we can do this in this short space of time, who knows where we're going to be in 5 years' time, what you can do with AI video. And that probably is the scary bit, is that if it's looking like this now, where's it going to be in 5 years' time? So yes, I get the fear, but for me, I also see the opportunity. So I just wanted to give my view on that and what I think of Sora. And for me, it's something I think that's going to help filmmakers and creatives and videographers. This technology is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. So I think as someone who creates or is a creative, I think you need to embrace it and figure out how you can incorporate this in your work and how it can also improve your work in some cases. All right, that was just my thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like. Once again, subscribe to my channel. But more importantly, please let me know in the comments what your views are on things like Sora and other AI tools for images and video. I'd really love to see what you guys think. All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.